The night sky above Earth looked calm, but humanity was not alone anymore. For the first time in history, every satellite, telescope, and space station detected the same signal at the same moment. It did not come from any planet in the solar system. It came from deep space, far beyond human reach. At first, scientists thought it was a natural cosmic event, but when the signal changed into clear patterns, fear spread across every control room. The message was intelligent, powerful, and impossible to ignore. Within minutes, every major nation received the same transmission. The message did not ask for contact. It did not introduce friendship. It was a warning. The screen showed strange alien symbols, then slowly translated into simple human language. This message is sent by order of the Galactic Council. You are an undeveloped species showing dangerous expansion behavior. Your activities threaten galactic stability. World leaders gathered in emergency meetings as panic spread across cities. People watched the news in silence as experts tried to explain what the Galactic Council was. Scientists confirmed the signal was older than human technology. Far beyond anything Earth could build, humanity was no longer alone in the universe. And that truth felt heavy. The message continued, calm and cold. Earth is ordered to halt all deep space travel. Deactivate military assets beyond your atmosphere. Failure to comply will result in corrective action. Corrective action was a soft phrase, but everyone understood its meaning. This was not diplomacy. This was a threat. Astronomers soon detected massive objects hiding beyond the edge of the solar system. They were large, silent, and clearly artificial. Alien ships were watching Earth, waiting. In cities across the world, people gathered in the streets. Some prayed, some protested, some simply stared at the sky, wondering if tomorrow would come. Inside a secure underground command center, Earth's leaders forced themselves to stay calm. Military advisors warned that Earth was not ready for a galactic war. Diplomats suggested responding carefully, avoiding anger, but many noticed something disturbing about the alien message. The Galactic Council never asked what humans wanted. They never tried to understand human culture. They never offered real communication. They spoke like rulers giving orders to a small and weak species. As the hours passed, scientists discovered something hidden inside the message. A silent countdown, ticking down second by second. No explanation, no mercy, just time running out. News of the countdown leaked to the public. Fear turned into anger. People asked the same question everywhere on Earth. Why should humanity kneel without even being heard? Then the countdown reached zero. At that exact moment, alien fleets moved closer. Their engines created strange distortions in space, visible even to civilian telescopes. The message returned one final time. Your response window has ended. Prepare for evaluation. Silence followed, heavier than any explosion. Earth had been judged without trial, threatened without reason, and watched like prey, in a quiet room, far from cameras and crowds. A small group of leaders made a decision. They realized something important. The Galactic Council did not fear humanity because it was weak. They feared what humanity could become. Humans had faced extinction before, from nature, from war, from themselves, and every time, they adapted, they survived. As alien ships drifted closer to Earth's orbit, humanity stood at a crossroads. One path led to surrender and slow control. The other led to resistance and possible destruction. And somewhere above Earth, the stars watched silently, unaware that the species they threatened was about to answer in a way the galaxy would never forget. The silence after the alien message felt heavier than fear. Across Earth, people waited, knowing something final was coming. The stars above looked the same, but humanity's future no longer did. Inside the global command center, leaders from every major nation sat together. Old enemies sat side by side, forgetting borders for the first time. Screens showed alien ships holding position beyond Earth's orbit. Silent and patient, military advisors spoke first. They warned that Earth's weapons were primitive compared to galactic technology. They estimated heavy losses if war began. No one argued with the numbers. Diplomats suggested sending a calm response. They believed the Council might be testing humanity. They hoped cooperation could avoid destruction. But scientists noticed something deeply wrong. The alien message used no words of negotiation. It offered no dialogue, only orders, only obedience. A linguistics expert explained the tone of the message in their language. Earth is not a partner, it is a problem. As news channels broadcast the emergency talks, people across the world reacted. Factories slowed as workers watched the screens. Schools closed as parents kept children close. Social networks exploded with fear, anger, and pride. Many asked the same question: if humanity gives up space today, what will it be forced to give up tomorrow? As the hours passed, a second alien transmission arrived. This one was shorter, colder, and more direct. Surrender orbital weapons. Deactivate all space defenses. Accept Council supervision. The word supervision echoed in every mind. It did not sound like protection. It sounded like control. A young advisor spoke quietly, breaking the heavy mood. If we accept this, we stop being free. The room went silent. Everyone knew he was right. Earth had made mistakes. Humans had fought wars, destroyed environments, and hurt each other. But humanity had also learned. It had changed, and it refused to be judged by strangers who never tried to understand it. One by one, leaders stood and shared the same thought. Surrender would not save Earth. It would only delay its loss. A decision was made, not by one nation, not by one voice, but by humanity together. Instead of sending a long reply filled with excuses and fear, Earth sent a single short message, simple, clear, and honest. It did not insult the Galactic Council. It did not beg for mercy. It did not hide behind diplomacy. The message said only this: Earth rejects your authority. We choose our own future. The transmission was sent into the stars. Every human signal station joined the broadcast. The message echoed across space like a heartbeat. For the first time since the alien threat arrived, something changed. Fear slowly turned into determination. People stood taller. Nations stood together, above Earth. The alien fleets reacted. They repositioned, weapons powered up, and new signals moved through their formations. On Earth, hidden systems began to wake. Projects buried under layers of secrecy came online. Defense networks activated across the planet. Humanity prepared for what came next. No one knew if Earth would survive the choice it made. But one thing was certain: humanity would face the galaxy standing, not kneeling, and far beyond human sight. The Galactic Council received Earth's reply. For the first time in centuries, they did not see fear, they saw defiance. Earth's message reached the alien fleets without delay. There was no confusion in its meaning. The Galactic Council understood it clearly. For the first time in centuries, the Council felt insulted. No developing species had ever refused their authority. Earth was expected to obey, not resist. Inside the massive council chambers, alien representatives reacted with cold anger. They spoke of humans as reckless children, a species too emotional to be trusted with space. One voice rose above the others, calm and sharp. Then they must be taught. The decision was made without debate. Earth would be punished. Orders were sent through the alien fleets. Attack formations shifted, weapons charged with quiet precision. The evaluation had become a sentence. Near the edge of the solar system, alien ships crossed the invisible boundary. Their movement bent space itself. Human sensors screamed warnings across command centers on Earth. Admirals watched the screens in silence. The moment they feared had arrived, but instead of panic, something unexpected spread through the room. Resolve. A final emergency broadcast was prepared, not for aliens, but for humanity. The message was shown on every screen across Earth. From cities to villages, from ships to space stations, a single human voice spoke for the entire planet. We did not choose this war, but we will not live under threat. If the galaxy believes Earth is weak, then it will learn how wrong it is. Those words traveled through every human heart. Fear did not disappear, but it no longer controlled them. Then, Earth sent its final reply to the Galactic Council. It was not hidden, it was not encrypted, it was meant for the entire galaxy to hear. This is Earth. We reject your judgment. We reject your control. This is our declaration of war. The words echoed through space, clear and bold, impossible to misunderstand. The alien fleets reacted immediately. Weapons fired from extreme range. Bright energy beams cut through the darkness near Pluto. The first battle of the war had begun. Human defenses activated at once. Automated drones surged forward. Missile arrays launched in perfect timing. Every system worked together like a living organism. The alien commanders expected chaos. Instead, they found coordination. They expected fear. Instead, they found resistance. Human ships did not fight like the Council expected. They moved unpredictably. They used sacrifice and speed. They took risks no logical species would allow. Explosions lit the edge of the solar system. Debris drifted silently through space. For the first time in centuries, an alien warship was destroyed by a developing species. Shock spread through the council fleets. Their confidence cracked. Humans were not supposed to fight this well. Back on Earth, people watched the battlefields. They saw human ships fall. They saw others push forward anyway. And something changed forever. This was no longer about survival alone. It was about dignity. It was about freedom. As the battle near Pluto raged on, Earth activated deeper systems. Weapons never meant to be used appeared on alien sensors, and for the first time, the Galactic Council felt something new. Concern. Because the species they tried to control was not breaking. It was adapting, and the war had only just begun. The battle near Pluto changed everything. What was meant to be a quick punishment became a hard fight. The Galactic Council fleets pulled back to reassess. They did not expect resistance like this. Human commanders studied the enemy patterns carefully. They noticed the aliens followed strict rules. Every move was planned, predictable, and careful. Humans saw an opportunity. Earth launched new squadrons from hidden bases. Ships built in silence over many years entered the war. They were not elegant. They were practical. Human pilots did not rely only on computers. They trusted instinct. They trusted experience. And sometimes, they trusted luck. The alien fleets returned in greater numbers, confident that more force would end the problem. They underestimated human creativity. Near Saturn, humans set their first trap. Mining drones were turned into explosive weapons. Old cargo ships were filled with reactors and pushed into enemy paths. Aliens tried to analyze the tactic, but analysis came too late. Explosions tore through the alien formation. Several council ships were crippled at once. Human fleets surged forward without hesitation. The Galactic Council began to panic. This was not how developing species fought. Humans did not follow logic charts. They fought with emotion and adaptability. On Earth, factories worked without rest. Civilians volunteered skills, time, and resources. Scientists and engineers shared ideas freely across borders. Humanity had become one machine. The Council attempted psychological warfare. They broadcast messages of fear and superiority. They promised destruction, but humans ignored them. Instead, Earth answered with action. A coordinated strike was launched beyond the solar system. For the first time in history, human ships crossed into alien-controlled space. The target was a Council relay station, a vital hub that controlled fleet coordination. Humans attacked quickly and without warning. The aliens believed their territory was untouchable. They were wrong. Human strike teams disabled defenses with precision. Communication lines collapsed. Confusion spread across Council fleets everywhere. The Galactic Council realized the truth too late. Humanity was not defending anymore. It was learning how to attack. Smaller alien species watched the conflict carefully. They saw the Council lose ships. They saw humans fight without surrender. Doubt spread across the galaxy. Some species began to question the Council's authority. Others secretly sent data and supplies to Earth. The balance of power started to shift. Near Earth, the alien fleets hesitated. They waited for new orders that never came. The Council was divided. Fear had entered their decisions. Human commanders prepared the next move. A message was written, not as a threat, but as a statement. It was sent across all known space. This war was forced upon us. We fight to protect our freedom. We do not seek your destruction. The message changed the tone of the conflict. Humanity was no longer seen only as an enemy. It was seen as a force. As Earth's fleets gathered for a final push, the Galactic Council faced a truth it never expected. The species they tried to control was becoming a leader, and the galaxy was watching closely, waiting to see what humanity would do next. The war reached its turning point when Earth's united fleet moved forward. Human ships gathered from every direction, forming the largest force humanity had ever created. They did not move with anger, they moved with purpose. The Galactic Council watched in disbelief as human fleets entered their controlled space again. This time, the humans did not strike blindly. They moved with precision and control, like a species that had learned very quickly. The target was a major Council command hub, a place believed to be untouchable, protected by layers of alien technology and ancient defenses. Human fleets arrived without warning. They did not announce the attack. They let actions speak. The first wave disabled sensors and communication arrays. The second wave neutralized weapons. The third wave surrounded the station without destroying it. The Galactic Council expected cruelty. Instead, they received restraint. Human ships held fire once the threat was removed. Inside the command hub, alien leaders realized something terrifying. Humans could destroy them, but chose not to. Earth sent a final message, not only to the Council, but to the entire galaxy. This conflict was not our choice. We were threatened. We defended ourselves. We seek peace, not control. The message continued. We will not kneel, but we will not conquer. We ask for respect, not fear. The words echoed across star systems. Alien species listened carefully. Many had suffered under the Council's rule for centuries. For the first time, the Council had no answer. Their fleets were damaged, their authority shaken, their control broken. Negotiations began, not from a position of power, but from equality. The Galactic Council withdrew their fleets from Earth's space. They removed restrictions placed on human expansion. Earth remained free across the galaxy. New alliances formed. Species once silent now spoke. Humanity became a symbol. On Earth, people watched the stars again, not with fear, but with confidence. The war had cost lives. It had caused pain, but it had also united humanity like never before. In quiet moments, leaders reflected on what had happened. They understood why the Council feared humans. Humans adapted. Humans resisted. Humans changed the balance. As Earth's fleets returned home, a final message arrived from the Galactic Council. Short, respectful, and honest. You are no longer under judgment. You are recognized. The galaxy had learned its lesson. Humanity would not be ruled by threats. It would not be erased quietly. And somewhere beyond known space, observers took note. A young species had stood against an ancient power, and won. The stars no longer looked silent. They looked full of possibility, because the youngest voice in the galaxy had finally been heard.